Hello. We're gonna continue on with Blackfield. We're gonna continue on from where we left off. So just as a reminder, I was working on Blackfield some point last week, and we managed to get the password of the account support account. That account had the ability to change the password of another account, Audit 2020. So we're just going to continue on from there. Now, I have the IP address of this guy here. So I'm just going to start off by running ctfgen. I'm not going to bother with the tabs this time, at least not for now. So let's do ctfgen --trgt1, and we can copy that in. Just check the connectivity. The ping is not working, and I think I know why that is. I just need to start the. I actually need to start the VPN. Just bear with me one sec while I go ahead and do that. I need to change the title of this as well. Do that. Okay. And I appreciate the video quality is not the greatest. Oh gosh. Not good. Okay, so documents. Let's see if this is working now. So back here. And the ping is working, so we can connect to our machine. And at the moment I am in the directory where I left off from. And you know, in the last stream, there was a point where we were using the password incorrectly. So we were missing out on the first character from the string. Which I think was the £. So, okay. And I didn't update it actually, so if I do this, it should be the same password but with the £. So with a hashtag, go crack map exec smb $trgt1. Wait, actually I need to source it. -u support -p, copy this in, and that's not going to work. We need to source to reload our profile. Now this should work, I'm hoping. Yes, it does. So let me just nano user underscore info. Okay. The last time we did this, we checked Bloodhound with the support. Effectively, I'll just actually recap the steps that we'd taken. We found a list of usernames by enumerating S and B. We did that by doing a rid brew as well as checking a share called profiles, I believe it was, or something to this effect. And from that, we extracted a list of users. With the users that we had, we performed an asrep roast attack, and we found a password for the user support. But actually, before doing that, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I also put the user list through a tool called LDAP nom nom. You could also use cabroot, and that's used to filter out real users within the domain from false users. You can actually figure that out by doing asrep roast and then pass in the file and check the response from the Kerberos authentication attempt that takes place. So we managed to find the TGT for the user support, and then from there we cracked the password, and this was the password that we got. I was incorrectly using the password by missing out the first character until I realized that after using a different tool, John. So that was just my mistake. I wasn't paying enough attention, but that also sort of highlights the importance of just double checking everything, making sure that you are keeping on top of everything. But then after that, with the support account, we ran Bloodhound remotely using Python Bloodhound. We started doing some analysis, and we saw that our user had permission over another AD object, and that happened to be another user account, which is called Audit 2020. And then from there, we checked that Audit 2020 was able to effectively authenticate, so we were able to view the shares and so on and so forth. I think that's where we left off. So I'm gonna have to change the password of Audit 2020 again, so that we can continue on from there. And I think upon reviewing Bloodhound, there wasn't much else that we could do with the support account. But if I get the nmap_thorough and just quickly have a glance at this. So we can see MS SQL is open here. I don't actually remember. I think I did, but I'm not certain if I did check. If I did or did not check the support account for its access on the SQL server. And then what else? So 80. Don't remember there being any pages. I probably should have saved the output of some of the scans that I had run, but I didn't. But I don't remember there being anything interesting on the HtB server. MS SQL is something to check, also with the audit account that we've now acquired. But yeah, so the first thing I'm going to do is let's change the password again of MS SQL. So for those who are joining in, for anyone that's new or hasn't seen any of my previous streams or clips or whatever, above me on the right side, I've got my notes, and this is all in one giant canvas on Obsidian, and this is the way that I take my notes, and this really helped me sort of visualize my methodology. And this also helped me during the OSCP. I recently took the OSCP and I passed, so I thought I'd come on and go through my methodology. So we're going to start out by changing the password of Audit 2020. It's going to come down here. And we're going to go over to RPC because this was the service on which we were able to change the password. RPC client -u, and then we come in and change the password with the command set user info 2. So let's start out then. We're going to go, obviously we want it to be authenticated because we're going to authenticate on as support. So let's go ahead and grab this. And we change the username to support. The password will be, well, I'm gonna have to look for it. This guy here, Black Knight. So just gonna paste that in, $trgt1. And we're getting NT status logon failure. Well, I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is. We can ping it. Actually, it probably is just because of the letters that are being used. So let's authenticate like this. See if this makes much of a difference. And we're in. Okay, perfecto. So next we're gonna run set user info 2. And again, last time when I was running this, I started off by trying to set the password to audit 2020. But of course, you generally in an AD environment, you will probably be prohibited from setting your password to the same string as your username. So we can just do something else like password123 and then exit. And then let's try map exec smb $trgt1 -u audit 2020 -p password 123. And that might give me issues as well, to be honest, just because of the exclamation mark. But if we put it in quotes, should be okay. Well, it might be okay even without the quotes. Let's just check. Yeah, okay, so shares, we should be able to list out the shares now. And while we are here, I mean, we can see we have read access to forensic. Previously, we did not have access to this. But while we are here, it's always worth checking other protocols as well. See what you have the ability to access. So we try WinRM. We can try MS SQL. Just to see and just to make sure that we leave no stones unturned. Let's see, what else can we check? MS SQL, RDP, LDAP, WinRM, SMB, SSH, FTP. So FTP was not open, SSH not open, SMB we've checked, WinRM we've checked, LDAP, we know this is going to work. So we're effectively performing our authentication against the AD set. So LDAP is highly likely to work, and it does. Cool. So now, if I come over here and I start sudo neo4j. Enter the password. Let's run Bloodhound. Let's run Bloodhound and then see from there. I mean, I've already checked this on my previous stream and I didn't see anything, but I just want to make sure from Audit 2020's perspective, check to see if it has the ability to write over anything or if we can find the shortest path to domain admins. Again, I'm pretty sure I did check this. I'm going to run Bloodhound and, you know, we've already got the JSON files for Bloodhound that we need. It's probably the last thing in here that was loaded anyway, so let's have a look. Manager.htb. That doesn't seem right. That's not Blackfield, is it? Let me just quickly check. cd_bhound_ls. Let me clear this. It's another box, but let's load this in. Upload data. So just let this load on in. And again, when it comes to Bloodhound, let's just go down and check. These are some of the things that I would check. So obviously we ran Bloodhound Python remotely with the support account. And then we go ahead and start Neo4j and we run Bloodhound, and these are some of the things that I would like to check generally. The what control the let's just say the owned accounts have control over. You want to have a look at the domain and see what objects have control over it. Reviewing domain policies, inbound control, shortest path domain admins, a few of the basic stuff, right? So if we come on in, list all users, and it's just freezing on us. Okay, this is giving me a little bit of a problem. Looks to be frozen. Just come out that. Come out that. Let's restart it. So again, just want to double check, make sure that no stones are unturned. And I know we have access to the forensic folder within the share, and we'll come to that in just a moment. But generally, if you have already enumerated the domain using Bloodhound, it's a good idea just to make sure that you check from all owned users' perspective what abilities you have within the domain. So audit 20. Let's see what this guy can do. And for the most part, we want to look for things like nested group membership and outbound object control. This guy has none of that. Okay. In inbound, we know that support has the ability to change its password. And that's what we did. Okay, so the other thing that I will do real quick is I'll right click, mark as an owned user, and then support also, mark as an owned user, and then I will do shortest path to domain admins from earned principals, and we get nothing back. There were no Kerber roastable accounts by the looks of it. Okay, so let's just step out of this then, and let's go ahead and check. Just rename this to, oh my gosh, build dash main dash tabby, Blackfield main tabby, and change the color of this to orange. Okay, so from here, we check MS SQL with audit. If we check it with support, we check it with support. I'm pretty sure I did this last time as well. No, we didn't get anything back. $14.33. It may just be that those users don't have the ability to even authenticate to it. Okay, so let me just double check this, right? So actually, let me do that here. I'm over here. I'll close Bloodhound for now. Works. Let's see. No output from crack map exec. Well, I'm actually using netexec. Crack map exec that I've got on my system is just an alias for it. But anyway, let's just move on from this. Let's check that forensics share, because that might be useful to us. And if I come back over up here within Methodo and I go over to the SMB section, which is right over here, So these are some of the commands that I would run generally. SMB client, blah blah blah. This is to enumerate shares and whatnot. Also download things. In terms of potential exploits or attacks, here are some things that you would do, right? So if you've got write access, potentially you could perform some sort of client-side attack. You know, if there is client interaction on the system with the OSCP, that's very possible. Something that you could potentially do. So I've got several commands that I might run for that. If you've got usernames from SMB, you could perform various types of things like ASREP roasting, that's what we did earlier, password spray and brute forcing, again, client-side attacks. And then the other thing is, if we find any files that are interesting or suspicious or whatever, then we can go to the file section, which in this methodo is over here. So I've got another section for files and what sort of methods you can use to enumerate different types of files. But yeah, let's see. We have read access on the forensics share. So first thing we could do is, if we want to download the files, we could do a recursive download and then just check what we have access to from there. So let's do that, shall we? Let's go ahead and do, oh wait, hang on. This is with no pass. We want it to be with a standard authentication. So I'll just come over here, probably use SMB map, one of my faves, to do recursive download. So Blackfield. Let me go back and go over to the downloaded files section, and we can run back. We can just copy and paste this, can't we? The TRGT1, the user this time is audit 2020, and the password is password 123, and we're going to go -R for recursive download. And hopefully it goes ahead and downloads everything. Oh wait, we need to do -A dot. So that, yeah, -A dot basically goes ahead and downloads everything, saves it to the current working directory. So now, if I come back here, we have some files. And instantly, what stands out to me, I did see, so we've got LSAS, 0 bytes. Everything is 0 bytes. Okay. I'm not going to trust this fully, because I don't see anything. I don't think I see anything new in this compared to what we saw last time when we ls SMB out. No, so that's different. Obviously these are the usernames that we retrieved, but let me actually go into it with SMB client. So SMB client, and the domain is blackfield.htb. We're gonna have to add this to our hosts file. So username is audit 2020. Password is password 3. And sudo nano. Let's see. Let me echo this. Echo $trgt1. Not enough characters in service. What do you mean? Stupid keyboard. Not enough characters in service. Oh, I think I know that's got to be this. Forensics. Or was it forensic? Yes, forensic. Okay, so this is looking a little bit more promising. Earlier when we did the download, pretty sure I did specify for it to be a recursive download. But did it download commands, memory, and tools? I don't even know. Did it download commands, memories, and tools? Nah, see, these look like the sort of things that come out of the IPC share, which you can't really interact with. Okay, so let's go on ahead and download these then. So I'm just gonna come out of this for a second. Make their audit 2020 underscore SMB out. And specify the password. So from here, let's just set the prompt to off and recurse on mget. Let's see how this works out. So now we're downloading everything, and hopefully we actually see everything. So again, that just demonstrates the importance of using multiple tools. We tried SMB map. We thought it would download everything. It goes in recursively, and oftentimes, more often than not, it works pretty well, but I don't think it goes into some of the folders by the looks of it. I'm not too sure why that is, but yeah, SMB map is decent, but you want to make sure to use a variety of tools if one of them is not doing everything you expect it to do. And now looking through this, I'm seeing lss.zip under memory analysis. Okay, so that instantly shouts out to me ipconfig.txt, firewall rules. You know, there is definitely some interesting information that we can get from this. Let's see if we have anything for LSS under the file section. I'm not sure we will. Oh wait, hang on. lsas.dmp. On Kali we can use PyPyCats. Okay, so let me open a tab to the right, and while that works, continues downloading stuff in the background. Let me just check. So we have lss.zip. So let's see if we unzip lss.zip. ls, and we have lsas.dmp. Okay, nice. Nice. Okay, that's good. So we've got lsas.dump. This is continuing to download whatever is remaining. But let's try and work with this then. So I'm just going to copy again. I've come over to the files section, okay, within my Methodo file section, and we have over here lsas.dmp. So then we go ahead and use PyPyCats to try to extract credentials from the memory dump. So let's do that. PyPyCats lsa minidump lss.dmp. This can also be done using Mimikatz, but let's hope for the best. Okay, so that looks good. We have some information here. Let's try and make sense of this then. Okay. Starting from the top. Okay, so username DCO1. We can skip, I think we can skip. Now we're talking. Okay, so username administrator, and we have an NT hash. So this is definitely something that we can try. Okay, I'm going to open another tab just beneath. And we can try crackmap deck mb$trgt1 -u administrator -h. Where's that NT hash gone? Here it is. Copy this in. That didn't work. But if I come down here, you can see over here we've got lateral movement password attacks. Hash spraying. So we can try this again, but local. Let's see if this works. Probably won't. So what else do we have? No, that did not work either. I wonder. Computer account. Hmm. Hmm. Ah, wait a second. SVC backup. Okay. So I was just taking a second to look through the file, and I completely missed this one, but SVC backup, let's try this. Let's rerun this, but SVC backup. Use the NT hash, and hopefully this works. And that appears to work. So if I go dash dash shares, if it lists it out, then we should see. But yeah, so we have read write. Okay, the C share. So we have the hash for the user SVC backup. Nano user underscore info. Actually, we've got to go back. Okay, so we're going to say nt hash collected from ls.dmp found in forensic share with user audit 2020. Okay, so that's cool. Let's see what else we have the ability to access. So I always check SMB and then WinRM and then the others. So MS SQL as well, something we could check. And LDAP. Nice. Okay, this is good. Okay, so SVC backup with this hash, we can access the machine. Now we will have actual access on the machine. Okay, so we can use either WinRM dash, well actually let's say dash I $trgt1. Trying to remember this off the top of my head. Dash U SVC underscore backup, and I think it's dash H. Yes. Perfect. CD. So if we go into desktop, let's just see, hopefully you should see, yeah, we get user.txt. Now, of course, if you're doing the OSCP, you want to make sure to do ipconfig, and you want to cat out the user, the user flag at this stage. You want to take a screenshot with everything included. And this bit is very, very important, because if you don't actually get a screenshot with the IP address in as well as the flag, then you could potentially fail. I mean, you can get through the entire set, but if you don't provide them with the standards that they're after for the report, then you can potentially fail. So that's an important point as well with regards to the OSCP. But in any case, right now we have got access on the machine, which is perfect for us. So from here, there are a few things that we're going to do. So let's just go over back to the methodology. So this is the privilege escalation section. And here I start by saying, you know, it may not necessarily be a requirement to privesc on MSO1 or on the box, you know, if you're doing the OSCP. It may not necessarily be the case of having to do that. I'm not sure how every OSCP exam is set up, but certainly when you do some of the activities in the labs, you will find instances where it's not necessary to privesc on the first machine that you get access to. Sometimes, you know, with AD users, you might have the ability to do various things, or you might have access to a service that exists on another machine or something like this. So you could sort of pivot and move laterally like that. But in this case, obviously, we're doing a hack the box standalone machine, which is a domain controller. So we're going to want to try and privilege escalate. So I'm just going to step you through my privilege escalation methodology. Okay, now ignore the numbers. They're not labeled correctly, but I'm going to start off by doing something like system info. So let's just do this. This just gives us, okay, maybe that system info.exe failed to run, access denied. Okay, fine, that's fine. Evil WinRM. There are going to be restrictions since the access we have is over the WinRM protocol. So start cmd.exe as admin. We can't do that at this moment because we don't have the ability to start a process as in this way, because we won't be able to actually access that. So this is more applicable if you have GUI access or similar. So we can skip over that and come over to the user information portion. So I'm going to start by doing a list of these basic commands. Net user. And this provides us with a list of users that exist on this machine. So let's go ahead and let's skip this. Let's skip this for now. We already know the users that exist on the domain. So let's go ahead and do something like this. Net local group administrators. So this is just checking which users are members of the administrators group on this machine, and we don't see any outside of the default. Then go who am I /all. I know that's not listed here, but groups and privs will do just fine. So we can come up here and have a look. Okay, so the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to show you things that you can look out for once you've run these commands. So interesting groups and interesting privileges that could potentially lead to privilege escalation. You want to look out for some of these. Server operators, backup, AD, recycle bin, so on. And then there are some that we would also want to look out for in terms of the privileges that the user has. Well, let's start off with the groups. Come up here. So we can see backup operators instantly. That's something that could potentially be leveraged. Remote management users, that's expected. Authenticated users, organization, so on. And then in terms of the privileges, SE machine account privilege, backup privilege. Obviously, we have got the we're a member of the backup operators group, so that's expected. Restore privilege, shutdown, and so on. Okay, so backup privilege, so backup operators and backup privilege these are the two that are interesting to us, okay, in this case. We're going to be looking at this guy. Again, if you just look above me on Methodo, we have the backup operators we're going to be looking through and SE backup privilege. So now the way that I have my notes set up is this will connect out to the exploit section in terms of privilege escalation. So we just need to map it to the backup operator. You see here restore priv and backup priv. And there are several methods that you can potentially use to privilege escalate or leverage the system to be able to access files as any user on the machine. So the first one will provide us with file system navigation and read access, okay? Second one is going to be SAM local cred. So this is probably will be the one that we'll try, because the idea is for us to try and get a shell on as the local admin. So I think in this case it's trying to get the admin's NT hash or password, and then shadow copy as well. So let's start off with from the top. Okay, let's try each of these methods. File system and navigation. For that, we want to upload these two files: SE privilege commandlets DLL and SE backup. Hang on, wait, these are the same? Look the same to me. So this was another machine that I did called return, but essentially we go on ahead and we download SE backup privilege commandlets.dll. What? Looks like the exact same name. I'm not sure what's going on there. But yeah, let's go on ahead and download this then. So I have got this saved. I've got this saved to my CD files upload. I've got this saved on my machine here. So if I go in as local_user and then I go into SE backup privilege. Okay, so privilege utils and privilege commandlets. Maybe those, yeah, definitely just was a mistake here. Let me change this quick. SE backup privilege utils .dil. So we're going to copy these over and then we're going to do import module to import them on the machine, and then we're going to run some of the functions within them. So let's cp all.dil to documents HtB Blackfield enumeration. I think that's where we are on here. And then we can upload all.dll. Nope. So upload, actually, I'm just going to put in the background. Ah, I see. So ls. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm just going to come out of this. So let's rerun that here. Now upload, and I'm hoping this works, all.dll. Okay, cool. So now, also the first thing I'm going to do just to confirm, if I go to cd users, add administrator, hang on a second. Can we just cat root? No, so we can't. We can have a look in the administrators, effectively the home folder for the administrator. We can have a look through the directories that exist beyond his home folder, but we can't actually. How about if we do type root.txt? Nope. Copy. We are svc underscore backup. So we don't have the ability to copy files from the administrators folder either. So if we run, so that's the idea of these tools here. So if we go svc underscore backup desktop OS, no, documents. Okay, so the idea of these is to provide us with the ability to copy files from other folders, and then in so doing, we should have the ability to view the contents of that. So if I go ahead and import these. And then we can say that backup privilege. Yep, SC backup privilege. Okay, and now if we say copy dash file SC backup privilege, see users administrator desktop root.txt. No. Okay. Do what if we go over to this ls, and let's just see if this works. Root.txt c users svc underscore backup r.txt. Nope. Access is denied. We did import module. CD users administrator. Let's see. Let me try this again. Users svc underscore backup desktop. root.txt. No, access is denied. Okay. Let's move on then. Let's try the next thing. SAM local creds. I'm just going to go back to my SVC, my desktop folder. So let's try this. Reg save HKLM / system, and we save this as system. So the operation saved successfully. Now let's do the same thing for SAM. Operation saved successfully. So now we just want to download this. Okay, let this download, and then we do the same for SAM. In fact, probably just do it together. Yeah, I could probably have done that. Download system and SAM both together. Oh well. Okay, so let this download, and once it does, we can try running in-packet secrets dump on SAM and system. The third option, having a look at the backup operator, is to perform a shadow copy. If you have an account that is a member of backup operators on a domain controller, which is precisely the situation we're in, we could try doing this. So let's quickly have a look. 42%. And we're going to look for shadowscript.txt. I think we also have that in over here in my file to upload section. So shadowscript.txt, we might need to use this. So CP. I'm just going to copy that in case we do need it at any point. But first, let's just check the SAM. So we're going to check to see if we can extract creds from this. Okay, so that's that system downloaded. Now let's try the same for SAM. And now that's downloaded. So let's come back over here and try in-packet secret dump. So we're going to run this against SAM and system, and let's see what we get. Okay, hang on, we're in the wrong path. Let's just come back over here. Yeah. So we have an empty hash for administrator, default guest, default account. Let's try and use this then. Hopefully this works. No. That's just local. Auth. What have you got for me? No, so that doesn't work. The NT hash taken from the local SAM hashes doesn't appear to work. Okay, so let's just try this again. Let's try it one more time. Let's try it with WinRM. Let's make sure. Nah, it's not working, and local not gonna work either. No, okay. Hmm. Me also. Add this to the Etsy hosts because it's not been added. BCO1 dot HtB. No, it's not going to work. All right, so let's try this last option, and that's a bit of a shame, because obviously we've managed to extract system and SAM, and we managed to actually, managed to run secrets dump to find a bunch of hashes, but that didn't seem to work. Let's try this option here, shadow copy. So the first thing we want that script, which I've put into the path. So let's upload shadow script.txt. Okay, so hang on, Unix to DOS. I should have run this before. But I think this one has already gone through this process. So if I do Unix to DOS shadow script, I file this, yeah, it's the same thing. I'm pretty sure I've done this already to this shadow script file, so it should be okay. Now, if I cd C Windows 32, and then I do disk shadow -s users, users svc underscore backup desktop and shadow underscore script.txt. And now maybe, okay, so what if I try this again, because I'm seeing it here too. And we use this to try and effectively shadow copy ntds.dit out. So we could try robocopy. But first, let me go with this path here. So if I cd c uses svc underscore backup, and I go, let me just copy. Let's see, just check. Okay, so if I go on ahead and copy these, and then say se, and now shadow script C drive, we're saving it to the F drive. So now if I do this, but I use the F, no, that's not gonna work. Okay, so that doesn't seem to work. What if we try robocopy then? So robocopy /b f Windows ntds. In fact, I could just copy it from here. You can see it. Also, come into the method, I can just click copy. So that appears to have copied from the F drive that we created through the shadow script, ntds, nt.dit. Desktop into my folder. I don't see my folder here. Accessing source directory, the system cannot find the path specified. Something may have gone wrong. Let's just try disk shadow again and see. C uses svc backup shadow script.txt. Call set context failed. Interesting. Okay, let me try this again. shadow script, we've uploaded it. So then we do disk shadow /s c users c underscore backup documents shadow underscore script st. Com call VSS object set context failed. What if we do this? Import module, and then set SE backup privilege, and then we try this. Nope, it fails here as well. This is annoying. The backup operator. It's the same approach. Pretty much the same approach. Drive E, obviously it says E there. Right now I'm just looking at the same thing, but under SE backup privilege. Create, expose. Here we set C drive to E. End backup. No exit. So if I just grab this, and I go ahead and do Unix to DOS shadow script OSRM shadow script.txt, and then upload. Shadow script.txt. Hold on now. Okay, we're getting a different output. Shadow copy was successfully exposed as E, so that's good. Okay. So if I go into E, that's very good. Now, I wonder from this if it's saying you can do either. Or so let's start off by doing reg save hklm system as sys. Okay, hang on, let's go back to C. And we save this as sys, and then we do the same thing for SAM. So we save it as SAMI. And we'll download sys and SAMI. No, damn it. Downloading sys2 Sammy. Um, okay, whatever. But it's worth just checking to see if this. Ah, right. I need them both. I need ntds.dit system. Okay, makes sense. And then yeah, we can try do robocopy out of the E drive. It's interesting how the shadow script from up here worked, but the one beneath didn't. So I'll just have a look at the difference between the two after this. Just make sure that it's all on the same page. I always think it's a good idea to go through, multiple boxes in preparation for the OSCP and then just still man your methodology. The more that you expose yourself to ahead of the exam, more likely you are to be successful, in my opinion, because you come across various techniques and tools and things like this that you can apply to the exam. So yeah, it's always a good idea in general to steal man, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Okay, so we saw the whole shadow copy technique that we're using to copy out ntds.dit. But what happened was the first approach that we took, that one didn't work, so that one will need to be revised, which will be helpful to me going forward, if that makes sense. Cool. So we've downloaded that Sammy. I'm gonna just change it from Sammy to this. And next, well, the other thing we need would be ntds.dit. So we can do this shadow copy ntds.dit to ntds.dit. Copying file access denied. Oh no, that's not good. So retrying accesses denied. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I'm just gonna cancel, restart evil in RM. E. Okay, let's try this. Hmm. Okay. So that looks to have been successful, I think. And what I did was I went to um the E drive, CDE. Where was that? Um, yeah. So I went CDE, and then I did copy, and it looks to have worked. So now, oh wait, that's empty. Damn it. Um, source E Windows Entity S. Dest is NTDS. But that's not working for us, is it? So if we retry it here, media is write protected. It's understandable. Nah, access is denied again. Man. Um, hmm. What if I did this and did this, and then I do this, set backup privilege, and then try robocopy. Nah, access is denied. E Windows NTDS NTDS.dit. Hmm. Okay, so when run authorization, okay. It doesn't seem to be working. I'm not sure why that is the case, but when I mean, generally just putting it out there, generally when I do see these privileges and these groups and so on, to me it's a big indicator. Which is why I'm spending a decent bit of time on this. Otherwise, what I would do normally would be to continue on performing my sort of manual enumeration. So I'd go through file system, checking for non-default files and so on and so forth. But I'm not going to do too much of that right now because the group backup operator for me is a huge indicator, especially in the fact that this is on a domain controller. So we should have the ability to copy out files, restore files, and so on. And we want to do that with ntds.dat. But yeah, man, that's svc underscore backup. That's what we're gonna do. Backup operators or SE backup privileges. If we come over this, you check out this Hokkaido. SE backup privileges. Reg system SAM. It's exported. We do evil WinRM. That gives access. We've already tried that, but the hash that we got from that doesn't actually work against the machine on attempting to authenticate. Let me just quickly check. Okay, let me just check this. What if we need to put it in quotes? I don't think that'd be the case. Really don't. No. But sometimes it could be a very, very nuanced, stupid issue like that. With some tools, you require quotes and things like this in certain places. So I was just double checking. Wait, hang on. Blackfield.local. It's not Blackfield.htb. Damn it. Oh my gosh, imagine. Nah. Nope. Okay. Hmm. Re-upload. file. Windows entities. Access is denied. Hmm. What if we did? Not sure this will work. What if we did robocopy on these? I'm not sure this will work. I think this is going to come back with 0 bytes, but let's just check. Empty. And what if we did robocopy for these? Windows System 32 config and Sam. Access is denied. Nope, same thing. Same thing. E. What if we try this? Oh, hang on a moment. Hang on a moment. So we can do copy file SE backup privilege. By the looks of it. Yeah, so by the looks of it, yeah, we can copy file SE backup privilege again. Gonna have to put that in here. Robocopy wasn't working for me, and that's for damn sure. Oh man, yeah, so I did want to demonstrate my methodo, but it does need a little bit of steel manning. Nice thing is I was primarily and for the most part able to use what's on my methodo screen to string things together, but for sure I'm going to switch a few bits around in here so that it reflects what we've just done to download ntds.dit, and that's effectively using the techniques from FS navigation as well as shadow copy and piecing them together to download from the E drive that we create a backup in. Because when we were using Robocopy, I was hitting a bunch of errors. I didn't really dig into that too much to see what was causing that issue. But I was able to download the files using copy file SE backup privilege. And that's the important thing, I guess. Okay, so just gonna let this download. And while that's happening in the background, I'm gonna go down and grab myself a drink. I'll be right back. Gonna hit the Twitch pause page. Okay, we're back now. And it looks like the file has downloaded, so I'm just gonna quickly come in and go file ntds.dit. Oh, okay, good. ls-la ntds.dit, and we can see the file's been downloaded. The other thing we're gonna need is system. So do the same thing. Windows system 32 config and system, and we'll save this as this. Okay, things are getting a little bit confusing because I've got quite a few of these. Let me just rm this, and here let me download system from the machine. Okay, so once we have system, we've got our ntds.dit. We can try and use in-packet secrets dump, this time on ntds.dit. And we can use system as the argument for the system, well, as the value for the system argument parameter. And we can try and extract hashes, local LM hashes, or NT LMs and NT hashes on the machine. So yeah, we just gotta wait for this to download and go from there. This is gonna take a minute. How long have I been streaming? It's been, well, nearly 2 hours. But yeah, I think from my perspective, emphasis here on still manning your methodology. So I'm definitely going to make a note in here that and this will be applicable to both SE backup privilege and I think also backup operators. But I'm going to make a note here on the flow. So we'll come to that in a moment. Probably will make modifications after I've done this. I'm hoping that this will be successful. Now that we've got this, we've downloaded system, so now let's go ahead and run in-packet. Okay, we are getting some results, and that's lovely to see, because ntds.dit is effectively the keys to the entire kingdom, and it's going to contain pretty much everything regarding the domain. So let's go ahead and grab this and now try prep map exec smb $trgt1 -u administrator -h and put this in, and hopefully we get pwned. That's fantastic. Okay, good. We can go WinRM. And it doesn't really matter if this one is pwned or not, because we could spawn a shell. Generally, we spawn a shell by uploading into the SMB server as admin. But we can see with WinRM, we can also get a shell. So let's do evil WinRM dash I $trgt1 -u administrator -h and the hash, and we're in. So now we can go ahead into the administrator's desktop, and we can cat out the root. So if I go root.txt, okay, so we've just catted the root. Obviously this isn't the real thing, but then we also want to make sure that we do ipconfig, and we want to take a screenshot here like this. Want to make sure that it's clear that we have the root flag, and it's clear that we have the IP address of the machine. That way, when they're reviewing your report, they know for a fact that you own the machine as either local admin or system or root or whatever. Obviously Windows, you don't get root, but as long as you have the privileged account. Now, I'm just going to quickly show you what I usually do once I have access as admin on the box. So I'm going to go back to my files upload folder, go over to the local admin directory, and over here I have a tool called weaken.exe, and I have another one called weaken.bat. Actually, quick. If this has RDP open, we could just use that. So I'm just going to come out of this. This shell is no longer needed. Map_thorough. Do we have 3389 open? I don't think we did. But that's effectively one of the things that I would do. So this tool, weaken.bat, is effectively, it just contains a few commands that you can run on the shell if you have access as admin, and this will create a new local admin for you, and it will disable all firewall rules, and it will enable RDP, remote desktoping, on your machine. So you can just run these commands manually. So if I do this, normally I do like to just download it and run it all as one command if I have the ability to do so. But if I do that, and now I run nmap $trgt1 -f -pn, just see if it comes back. No, it does not. 333 in. No, it doesn't look like it. Any case, doesn't really matter too much. do this as well. Okay, there we go, 3389. And from here, obviously, usually what I would do is I'd create a user and I'd set the password and I'd add it to the local admins group. Since we do have a hash already for the administrator account, we can just use that. So there is a way with x3 RDP to use a hash. RDP /u administrator / I think it's H. I'm not 100% certain. By the way, I would definitely be saving the outputs of each of these, and I would normally save the hashes to you know, to my users files and so on, but since we're nearing the end, I don't think it's necessary for us to do that in this case. Certainly if I'm doing the OSCP, I'd make sure that I'm recording all of this information. But -d trgt1 we need to figure out which one is used to specify. Oh, okay, it's PTH. So PTH to pass the hash, not H. PTH. And account restrictions are preventing this user from signing in. Blank passwords not allowed. Okay. So I guess we would need to have a, I guess we can't actually pass the hash. So if I do this then, let's create a local account and then add it to the local admins group. And now password 123 and the username is gonna be Aslam, and we're signing in. So we're now signed in on the machine and we have GUI access as a local admin. And that's pretty much it. That's it for the box. And then from here, you know, generally with GUI access, you have the ability to do a few more bits. And it's just generally easier to work with as well. So yeah, I'd keep this open and I'd begin enumerating and so on and so forth. If I'd need to set up a tunnel to be able to access internal machines, that's something you could do. Set up port forwarding, service forwarding, so on from here. But that is pretty much it. And from my side, the important thing I think was in terms of the methodology with respect to shadow copying, that just needs to be updated slightly to account for the technique that we used in this video, which was to combine FS navigation and read with shadow copy. So we ended up using copy file SE backup privilege rather than robocopy, because robocopy for whatever reason was giving us errors, and I didn't really get into it too much to actually try and troubleshoot anything from that perspective, or to try and figure out why that was the case. Instead, I started just stringing little bits from the first option here, which is navigation and the ability to read files. So we did copy file SC backup privilege from the E drive, which we created through our disk shadow script approach. And that provided us with ntds.dit, and then from there we also got the system registry file. We exported the two of them, and then we used inpacket secret dump to extract content from ntds.dit, and that gave us everything, you know, all the bits of information within the domain, including the hash, password hash, NT hash for all of the accounts. And then we use the administrator's NT hash to get in. Yeah, that's Blackfield, and it took me a lot longer than I thought it would. I thought I had, you know, I thought I had this on locks with regards to the approach I'd take for backup operators, but sometimes a good thing, you know, getting checked and then having to just figure your way around and try different things and go through the process of trial and error to succeed. Yeah, I think that's a good thing, and I'm just gonna still man the rest of this, but I'm gonna do that off stream. In any case, for anybody who has watched this stream on demand or on YouTube, if it's on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a nice day. Okay, that's me. I don't know how to end the stream, so my outros is just gonna be yo then.